Alright, so kids, we are just getting started with the assignments part, right? And the first question. The dash flowers in the garden are so colorful. What flowers? Big, quickly, happy, running. So you already know quickly can't beat, happy can't beat, flowers can't run. So yeah, the big flowers in the garden are so colorful. Next, that was best movie I've ever seen. So what comes before best? The and a some the best, right? So that was the best movie I ever seen. Next, she has a dash cat named Fluffy. So what can it be? A small cat, good cat, eating cat, fast cat? Small makes sense, right? Yeah. So she has a small cat named Fluffy. The dash brown wagged its tail happily. The her dog, the quickly dog, the jump dog, no, the brown dog, right? So brown. Out of all these four, see, jumped is a verb, quickly is an adverb, her is a uh, pronoun, right? So only brown is an adjective, and that's why the brown dog. We need to tell the quality of the dog, so we'll be saying the brown dog wagged its tail happily. Next, I need more information about the project, most information about the project, much information about the project, many information. Okay, it might seem very similar, all of them, but the use of many or much or most will not be correct, grammatically correct when we are using about it. So if if I'm saying I need additional information, I'll only be using the word more. So more is the correct answer. I need more information about the project. Next. John is excited about his upcoming vacation, upset about his upcoming vacation, good about his upcoming vacation, or loud about. See, whenever these kind of questions come, just read them aloud. You will realize ki three of them have got to be wrong. You cannot be upset about his vacation, right? But some people can be, but usually, mostly, it's not the case. And John is good about, no, loud about, yeah, he might be, but that's not how loud is used. So John is excited about his upcoming vacation. Next. The dash class in the child is always helpful. The more child in the class, the tallest child in the class, the asleep child in the class, the running child in the class. See, running again is a verb, asleep is a verb, more or tallest, but more does not make sense here. So, the correct answer would be the tallest child in the class is always helpful. Next question. Compared, just convert it to comparative degree, bad. So when you look at bad, if you remember the formula, you'll see that bad, it ends with a consonant. It's a single syllable word. It ends with a consonant and has an A in the, like the second word. So according to the formula, it should be badder, right? No, wrong. If you have learned the forms of bad, it's bad, worse, and worst, right? So we have to change it to comparative degree. We just remember that the comparative degree of bad is worse, not worse, not more bad, not badder, right? Although the formula does say so, but this is an exception. We have to learn some of these. So the correct answer would be B, worse. Moving on. The dash girl sang beautifully on stage. The happy girl, the softly girl, the yellow girl. But if you are singing happily, it's got to be something related to that, right? So the talented girl sang beautifully on stage. My grandmother makes dash pies, delicious pies, running pies, quickly pies, me pies. Yes, she does makes me pies. But the chapter, the exercise that we are doing is not of pronouns, nor it is of adjective, nor is it of verbs. So, my grandmother makes delicious pies. Delicious is the quality of the pies that she makes. So, our correct answer would be A, delicious. Next question. The dash cat slept peacefully on the windowsill. What kind of a cat does you, associate with sleeping? A green cat, a fast cat, a loudly cat. No, loudly is an adverb, so it's not even. So loudly can't even be considered. Green, yes, but have you ever seen a green cat except Narnia? Ah. And if it is a fast cat, why the hell is it sleeping on the windowsill? So yeah, the lazy makes more sense here. So the lazy cat slept peacefully on the windowsill. Next, I need dash help with my math homework. So if it was only help, only help would also have done. But so if we had the option E that says no change, then we would have gone for option E, right? Because I need help with my math homework is perfectly fine. But now that we have a space and we have four options. We have to do choose something among it, right? So we have the option: I need more help with my math homework, I need some help, I need less help, I need good help. All of these might make sense, but technically, grammatically, only some. When I say more, I would have to imply that I have already had some help earlier. That is not implied, so I'll go with some. I need some help with my math homework. Next, Amit is the tall boy of our class, more tall boy of our class, taller boy of our class, tallest boy. So simple. When we are talking about class, it cannot be a positive degree. Okay? And it also cannot be comparative because we are not comparing between two people, right? So we are comparing between more than two. So when we are comparing between more than two, then it's always superlative degree. All right. So tall, taller, tallest. So the correct answer would be D, tallest. Amit is the tallest boy of our class. My car is more new as yours than new as new as yours, from new as yours. So this one is pretty simple. If I had to use more, then I would have to use than here. So more new than yours makes sense, but as we have used as here, so here also we'll have to use as new as yours. Next, if successful is for success, honest is for honestly, honestful, honor, honesty. So these kind of questions will come up in the exam where they'll try to confuse you with similar sounding words, but we know the correct word is honesty, right? So always remember that. Always remember the correct forms of words. Next, question 16. His friends are rich than mine, more rich than mine, richer than mine, richer than mine. So what is rich? It's a single monosyllabic and ends in two consonants. So simply add er to it to make it a comparative degree, because we have than, so we have to use a comparative degree. We know that, right? Whenever there is than used, then we have to turn it into a comparative degree and simply remember the formula, add er to it, and we have our answer. His friends are richer than mine. Next, Reena is not so. So see, when we have Reena, that is one person, and then we have sister, that is a second person. So again, it usually already makes sense. So two people makes it comparative, right? So not so cleverer. Yes, again, these will be there. More clever, less clever. Yeah. So there's two people, you have to use comparative. That's what you are thinking. No. When I have separated it, when I have separated Reena as well as sister, then, and I've also used not so, right? So in this case, and I also used as here, in these cases, we'll be using the positive degree always and every time. If we have separated everything, if we are to look at them as single entities, right? We are talking about same quality that the Reena and her sister both share, right? But it might be more or less in her sister's case, one of the sisters case, like so her sister might be more clever, but as we have already used as here, we cannot use comparative degree, so we'll use the positive degree. Reena is not so clever as her sister. Keep that in mind whenever we are using as, when we have already used the comparative degree. When you have already compared it, then you do not use the degree of comparison, you just simply go for the positive degree. Next, he has a few milk in his glass. So this is obviously a quantity, adjective of quantity. He has a few milk in his glass, few milk in his glass, some milk in his glass, many. So many so obviously cannot work. A few also does not work, and few or some is the options that we have. And few milk does not make sense because few is usually used for counting, right? So some milk in his glass makes sense. So he has some milk in his glass. Moving on. I cannot jump as dash as Ramesh can. So we already know if I use as, we'll only be using positive degree. But if you're using jump, I cannot jump as tall, as more, as high, or as big. So all of these are, represent something grand, represent something big. But when we are using the verb of jumping, it cannot be tall, it cannot be more, it cannot be big, it can only be high. If long was here, then it would have been another question altogether, because you can jump long and you can jump high. You cannot jump tall, you cannot jump big, right? So high is the correct answer. If long would have been one of the options, then long would have also been considered. And the final question for adjectives is that, okay, this one is my favorite. This is from a speech of Mark Antony. He was a great orator. You will learn in class 9th when you read Shakespeare. So, and yeah, this was said by upon the death of Brutus Caesar. But basically, I will be using this was the dash Roman of them all. So when I say all, and I've also used them all, then basically it mean it's more than two people, right? It's more than two people. Right. So obviously, we'll be going with, so noble is a monosyllabic word and it has ends in an E, right? So it will simply become noblest. This was the noblest Roman of them all, right? That's it, guys. That was for your assignments. Do remember to check out all the questions, do them yourself, and also do the ones in your books as well, right? So this was the assignment for adjectives. Just go through them again, right? And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll see you in the next chapter. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.